Crochet the front in light yellow first. Crochet a CH chain stitch. Crochet down first. Bring the thread into the loop. Tie a knot first. Then hook 16 inches. And then the first and the last. Find the first CH. Pick up half its stitches. Hook SSL straight slip stitch. Wrap. Bringing thread to the needle. Bring the thread directly out of the loop again. And then hook ACH. And then the first loop. That's 16 SC single crochet. Enter the needle from the just slip stitch. Put this thread on the needle to hide it. Then take SC. Wrap the wire through both coils. This makes one SC. You can mark the first stitch. And then pick up the next CH. Keep ticking SC. After 16 SCs, position with the marking clasp. This is the first stitch to be slip stitched. Then hook a CH and start the second stitch. That's 16 SC, or from the slip stitch. There is a SC on the stitch. After the second round of 16 SC hooks, slip stitch with first stitch. Hook a CH to start the third stitch. The pattern for the third loop is to hook a SC first. Then the next stitch hook an ink increase. That's 2 SC in one stitch. This is 1 SC, 1 ink in a group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. 1 SC. An ink. After 8 sets of hooks, slip stitch with first stitch. Hook a CH, then hook a fourth loop. The pattern for the fourth loop is an SC, an ink, ASC. That's 1 SC, 1 ink, 1 SC as a group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. SC, ink, SC, slip stitch with the first stitch after hooking. Next is the fifth loop. The pattern for the fifth lap is hook 3 SCs first, hook an ink, this is 3 SC, 1 ink for a group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. Three SC, one ink, slip stitch with the first stitch after the hook is finished. Hook a CH, then hook the sixth stitch. The pattern for the sixth loop is hook 2 SC first, then 1 ink, and then 2 SC. This way 2 SC, 1 ink, 2 SC in one group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. Slip stitch with the first stitch after the 8 groups. Hook a CH, hook another CH. After the 2 cheese, next is the 7th loop. Enter the needle at the position of the slip stitch, then start by hooking a HDC half double crochet. The HDC is the thread that is wound through the needle first, bringing the thread out, winding the thread through all the loops on the crochet hook at once. This is 1 HDC. You can mark the HDC pin number. Then the next stitch is ADC double crochet. Wrap the thread through the needle, bringing the thread out. Threading the wire into the first 2 coils, rewind through the last 2 coils. This makes 1 DC. The next stitch is also ADC. The next stitch is an EV. TR triple crochet. Wrap the thread around twice. Threading the needle, taking the thread out. Threading the wire through both coils. 2 more coils of wire. Wrap the last 2 coils. This is a TR. And here is an EV, sew another TR on this stitch. Then start with the next stitch. Hook 7 consecutive turns. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. After the 7 TR hooks, then the next stitch, hook another EV. Then 3 motors in a row. Then another EV. Then 4 motors in a row. Then 1 more EV. Then 2 turns in a row. Next, hook an HDC. And then the next pin slip stitch. and then hook another HDC. Next, hook ADC. Hook ADC in the next stitch. Check an EV on the next stitch. Next stitch hook ADTR double treble crochet. That's crocheting around the thread 3 times. Then the thread is wound through 2 loops. Then 2 more coils of wire. 2 more coils of wire. Winding the last 2 coils. This is ADTR. Next stitch hook to DTR. That is 2 DTRs in 1 stitch. Next 5 turns in a row. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hook an EV. And then 5 turns in a row. Hook another EV. And then 2 turns in a row. Hook HDC. Hook another SC. Last stitch slip stitch. Then with the first stitch, slip stitch where you just marked the button. And then break the line. Next, turn the piece over. Enter the needle in the same place as our first stitch. Bring the line. Hook ACH. Then hook ASC where you just entered the stitch. This is the first stitch. You can mark the button. Then go around the circle. Crochet the same 16 SC. After the 16 SC, slip stitch with first stitch. Then hook ACH. This is the 8th loop. And then we're on to the 9th loop. Enter the needle from the slip stitch. Then the pattern for the 9th loop is ASC, N ink, 1 SC, 1 ink as a group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. 1 SC. N ink. After 8 sets of hooks, slip stitch with the first stitch. Hook a CH, then hook the 10th loop. The pattern for the 10th loop is ASC, N ink, NSC. Repeat for one group for a total of 8 groups. SC, ink, SC. After 8 sets of hooks, slip stitch with first stitch. Hook ACH. Next, hook the 11th loop. The pattern for the 11th loop is 3SC. One ink for a group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. Slip stitch with the first stitch after the 8 groups. Hook ACH. Next, hook the 12th loop. The pattern for the 12th loop is two SC, 1 ink, two SC, repeat for one group for a total of 8 groups. After the 8 groups are finished, slip stitch with first stitch. Next, hook to CH. Then hook the 13th circle. That's the same pattern as the previous 7th loop. NHDC. Two consecutive DC. One EV. Seven consecutive V. 7. And then an EV. Three consecutive E's. Three. 1 EV. Four consecutive E. One EV. Two consecutive E. One HDC. Then a slip stitch. And then a HDC. Two DC. One EV. ADTR. Hook to DTRS in the same stitch. 5 consecutive V's. NEV. Five more E's in a row. One EV. Two consecutive V. And then an HDC. NSC. The last sleep stage. Then a sleep stage with the first stage. After the sleep stage, we disconnect, and then we switch to the orange yarn. Next, hook the 14th turn. Hook them all on the blow. That's a half stitch away from your body. Pick up half of the needle, then bring the thread into hook ACH. The stitch that just went into the needle, and then start the SC. Each stitch corresponds to a SC. Keep tacking it all the way around. after the circle, then slip stitch with the first stitch. Hook ACH. Next, hook the 15th through 16th loops, or SC in each stitch. Slip stitch after 16 ticks. Hook ACH, then it needs to be sewn to the front. Also hook SC. Crochet through a whole stitch in orange color, then thread half a stitch in light yellow. The half of the needle that is close to our body. Note the alignment. Then hook a full circle of SC. We are sewing and stuffing the padding at the same time. After we're done, we slip stitch with the first stitch. And then we break the thread. Hide the yarn with a needle. Next, crochet the hands and feet in orange yarn. The hands and feet are crocheted in the same way. Hook 7 inches first. Then start hooking at the penultimate stitch. Pick up half a stitch. On this stitch we hook ADC. And then the next stitch. Begin hooking for slip stitches. And that's it. Leave a long line for sewing later. Next, sew the hands and feet to the body. After pulling it tight, and then we follow the grain of the yarn. And we'll give it a little bit of a fix. Same thing on the other side. Just sew the hand on in the same way. And then we'll stitch him up with orange yarn. And finally the mouth. The eyes are attached and a lovely toast is now complete.